Welcome everyone to season number 3 of Acker Basketball. We're here now heading into our second year exclusively covering ASUN men's hoops. I'm your host Curtis D. Acker, here as always with
your father. Don't you know me? Mark Acker. Hi everybody. How's everybody doing out there? Glad to be back again, as you mentioned, for season number 3.
3, as you broke up a little bit there. Are you still with me, Mark?
Uh-oh.
Are you still with me there?
I am with you.
All right. Good. We are still going here then.
Yes.
So, very excited to be back for season number 3. Thank you to all those who are returning yet again for another season. Very happy to see you back. And welcome to those who are maybe checking us out for the first time. Very excited that you've joined us. Here we're going to bring you some little extra stuff compared to what we brought last year. So we really figured out our niche towards the end of last year. And then now we're adding even more on top of that. We're going to, just toss that out there. We're going to tease you with it for right now. And we'll let you know what it is once it fully develops. But definitely big things in the works here at Acker Basketball for all of you. Let's get into what we're actually bringing them for these next few weeks here, because it is transfer portal season right now. Crazy times, and everyone wants to know who's coming in, who's coming out, and what are they going to do. So we're going to bring you the top 5 impact transfers for each week here coming up. Maybe in the future soon here as well, we'll talk about some of the commitments, the coaching changes, stuff like that. But for right now, we're definitely going to stick to just the top 5 impact transfers. So, Dad, to start us off, we ended up compiling a list and then putting our lists to a 1-to-1, and whoever had the most points or least amount of points ended up making the top 5. And for number 5, we got Micah Smith. He's coming over from Georgia Southern. He's gonna end up playing at West Georgia. He appeared in 21 games, 4 starts, averaged 3.4 points and 1.9 rebounds per game. He actually showcased a lot of good defensive prowess. 10 blocks, 9 steals during the season, including a season-high 4 block performance against Winthrop this past year. So, Micah Smith, really looking forward to seeing what this guy can bring to a West Georgia program going into its second year here now as a Division I program. And for me, he's a high-flying transition scorer who can on steals end up working the ball up and maybe getting the ball in transition for another player to get a basket. And then he'll occasionally get the 3. But I see defense and definitely high flying athleticism from this guy. How about you, Dad?
Yeah, he's one of my favorite kind of players. He's that glue guy that we talked about last year. We'll talk about a lot this year. The guy that brings all the other elements. Not necessarily the leading scorer, ball handler, but he'll get you offensive rebounds. He'll set that big screen. He'll make that big block, that kind of thing. That's what I see in Smith here, potential for that. Certainly looking forward to him maybe seeing where he falls on that list of glue guys.
Yes, he'll definitely, I think, come in, compete for probably a starting job in West Georgia, and I think what play time comes from there will end up based on the competition, maybe in training camp or. Those early, maybe if they go overseas for anything, it'll be a good time to show where he's at compared to rest of the ASUN guys here.
Right.
You got someone similar in the number 4 spot. Who you got for number 4?
ASUN meet DeAndre and Tank Washington. Washington comes to the North Alabama Lions. 6'6" sophomore wing, averaged 16 points per game, 8 rebounds per game last season, shooting 62.2% for JUCO Coastal Carolina North. Those stats not only won the conference regular season championship for their team, he also earned first team all conference and all tournament accolades with his performance last year. What I see watching film on Tank is not quite a Tank where he's just going to run you over, say like a Witt did for Austin Peay last year and previous years, but a guy that's a really strong slasher, patient with the ball, will finish strong at the net. I'm looking at him as a comparable for you ASUN fans, Robert McRae from Jacksonville last year, inside a player that can bring that type of element to the game on offense. Yeah, what do you think about that? that
I mean,
comparison.
I see some of your analysis. Robert McCray is quite the prestige to put, Tank in already here, having not played a single second of ASUN basketball. But I see what you're talking about with Tanky. I think he gets the nickname because he finishes all his shots inside, right? Like he doesn't shoot from the exterior at all. He's not shooting threes. But you are right. He can create his own shot. He's a great ball handler. I love the way that he was able to. It seemed like athletically, like maybe what set him a little bit ahead of Smith for me, is that I think he was just a little bit athletically better. Like he had the ability to fight through potential blocks a little bit more than Smith. At least what I saw on film, in the little bit of film that I got to see from both of them. So for me, the guy going into his junior year here at UNA, I definitely see, definitely could be a strong candidate for maybe newcomer of the year.
Yeah, he's more polished offensively. That to me, I think stands out. What I didn't see is what can he do defensively. There was highlights show some steals and such like that, and runaway dunks. Those are always fun to watch. But how is he at passing off ball when he gets double teamed? How is he going to perform rotation on defense? That kind of thing. How is he going to box out and rebound hard with athletes that are similar to him? That part I didn't see. Not saying he can't do it. 8 rebounds a game. Obviously, you know how to rebound the ball, but that'll be the fun part to see what those extra elements he can bring on top of the polished finisher.
Absolutely, and I'm glad you mentioned those 8 rebounds a game, because one point before we move on to number 3 here is that I wanted to mention. So he's listed as a wing, right? But
Yes.
because of that athleticism and rebounding ability, there's a very likely chance I see in a league that is known for going small ball that he ends up playing some small ball 5 at UNA this year.
Yep, good point. Exactly. Let's go on to number 3. Who do you got?
So for number 3, redshirt sophomore, going into now his he will be a redshirt sophomore this year. Excuse me. Chris Lockett Jr. He contributed to the Boise State Broncos with averages of 3.3 points, 1.5 rebounds, and 8 assists per game over 23 appearances. And actually, prior to his college career, he was a standout at Isidore Newman School. He ended up earning titles such as Louisiana Gatorade Player of the Year, LSWA Mr. Basketball, while leading his team to consecutive state championships. So for me, Chris Lockett Jr., you mentioned McCray. McCray's going to be popular here. I'm not going to say that he is McCray, but you see this with guys like Robert McCray or LJ Thomas come over from maybe a higher major school, get a little bit of playing time, a few starts, maybe didn't have it all quite figured out at the new school, or maybe just for some reason something wasn't clicking at the old school. So you come to the new school and you end up lighting it up in the ASUN. I think that could happen with Chris Lockett Jr. here. The shooting numbers need to be better compared to what they were at Boise State in the Mountain West. But if he can get those, like, he's got really lengthy arms, and he's got the ability to play the 1 through 3, probably at the pro level. Like, he even said himself in some interviews that he wants to be a pro. He's thinking professional basketball at some point in his life. That's actually a big reason why he didn't leave Boise State while getting talked to by teams after his redshirt season with them. And these lengthy arms, for me, shows that he's got the ability to, like, pop from one place to another in a way that other players cannot. And I think if he's able to really focus in on that and really hone that skill, he's going to dominate ASUN play this year.
Yeah, nice. Yeah, that's a good description for I think what he brings to the game, and I think it'll be a fresh start for him too, having spent that time at Boise State. And like as you said, he started some games, got a lot of great experience there. So to bring that along, back over here to the ASUN, chance for him to just really take off and fly. So I'm with you on that for sure.
Let's get to some smaller guys. You got a smaller guy up next. Who's this?
I do. Our number 2, Rashad Bolden, 6-foot senior.
Man, this guy's fun to watch.
Point guard. Yes, he is. Senior point guard coming into Central Arkansas. Rashad Bolden has played previous years Southern Miss. His freshman year, he was voted Conference USA all freshman team. then McNeese State, and most recently Mississippi College. He's a proven scorer, dropped 24 points per game last season, and also brought a lot of other elements, 4.5 steals, assists per game, 1.1 assists per game, and shooting 89% from the free throw line. Great stats. He's got those elements for me that you want in a point guard. Senior, great free throw shooter, been around for a while, not only just being a senior, but played lots of different elements, right? Those are things that you think about guys that can be a floor general. He's got on paper, and you see him on the floor too. He's got all those elements to him. I'm excited to see how there's a big roster turnover here for the Bears. How hopefully he can take the reins here and really bring everybody together on the floor.
Well, for me, this just fits John Schulman basketball, right? Like, I remember last year when I was talking about the preseason interview that Schulman had, and he was talking about how he loves point guards, right? He said if he could start 4 or 5 point guards, he'd start 4 or 5 point guards. And
that's right. Yeah.
Rashad Bolden, a 6-foot senior, does it all. For me, watching the film, there really wasn't anything that I saw that he couldn't do, except for maybe guard 6'10" guys. Like, you don't expect 6-foot guys to do. Like,
that's your job.
His ability to get steals in double teams and in the half court. He didn't do much. I didn't see much film of him creating a steal before the half court, like in transition, but in half court, he was great at getting steals. Absolutely lightning scorer, lightning passer, works great in the pick and roll, works great at creating plays outside of the pick and roll. Rashad Bolden was impressive. I think he's going to be great coming over for the Bears this year.
Yeah, another guy that with the ball, he's just incredibly patient, giving the reads. Obviously, again, 4.5 assists per game. You got to be able to see the floor well with that. And again, big highlight to the screen and roll action. Clearly understands that at a high level. So again, looking forward to seeing how he turns it over there.
Yeah.
And he's got some new big guys as well. I think that are athletic and physical and tough to help run those plays with him.
Right, so, like Tank.
Exactly right. Yes, exactly. Number one,
just edging out Bolden for the number 1 spot is Juan Cranford Jr. So he had a fantastic freshman season with the St. Francis Red Flash, averaging 10.2 points, 4.2 rebounds, and almost 2 assists per game. Very impressive debut season. He actually got NEC Rookie of the Year, obviously freshman team as well, and also made the all-tournament team. Guess what? He got MVP for the tournament. Cranford, watching his film, very similar to Bolden, just almost flawless game. For me, what set him apart that I want him to improve on, but also sets him apart from the rest of competition, as I'm frozen here, but I hope you can still hear me, is that he has the ability to find plays that no one else does. The cross court passes that he's been able to pull off are just absolutely incredible. And for me, that's what sets him apart. But he's just a scorer, lefty shooter as well. Has some ability to play the point, but I think he'll work better at the shooting guard position. Yeah, that's my analysis of him. What do you think, Dad?
Yeah, agree. You nailed him for me too. A dynamic scorer. I agree with your point. A shooting guard is good. I think is a better fit for him, where he can really be creative on offense rather than needing to manage the ball all the time. To me, that would be a huge piece of it.
And I'm back.
He's back. That was fun. Another great free throw shooter, 88% from the line. Bombs at almost 40% from 3. Fantastic. How can he go? And he also has some great experience. If you don't recall, first 4 last year, 2-point loss to Alabama State, or they may have been playing against Auburn, right? So they were that close to moving into the big show last year. So great experience there. for him all the way through. Not only the conference, but then that first 4 game.
Yep. And same thing. I think he's going to work really well in transition. That was one thing that was really impressive as well that I forgot to mention was his layup package out of transitions was very, very, very strong. And one thing that I will say about his game is that I didn't see him create his own shot from 3 too often. I saw him more catch and shoot threes in the film that I watched from him. I'd like to see him create his own shot from 3 a little bit more, but he was very good at drawing you out to 3 and then creating a nice jumper from 2.
Nice. Yeah. I mean, and back to the transition and tempo part of your commentary. Coach Hamilton liked to push the pace at all. I think maybe it might be a pretty good fit from that perspective as well, right?
Absolutely. That kind of speaks to AW's game.
Exactly. So that'll be fun to see how that plays out. Again, big year. Lots of players that hit the portal. Obviously, lots of players that are coming in to come here. So, but I think he's got a good makeup here for Eastern Kentucky.
Yes, and it was a very strong week for ASUN transfers. Let us know who you think your top transfer is down below. Let us know how we're wrong, maybe how we're right too. Wouldn't mind a nice little compliment every now and then, and some constructive feedback. We're always open to it here at Acker Basketball. And one real quick thing before we go is that some of you have been asking, including ourselves, don't some of these guys not have any more eligibility? So, from a little research that I've done, and there's limited available evidence online, but it appears that last year, for a football player, and this happened, it ended up being a cleared rule in January, that he ended up getting an extra year of eligibility because he played either JUCO or NAIA. So it is very possible that the same exact rule is something that is being determined if they want to apply to basketball as well. So that could be why some of these guys like Malcolm Wilson, who entered in on Monday, Tay Fields, who entered in last week, are these guys that maybe can have another year playing for their teams. And for Tay Fields, according to him, that's if he gets his ideal outcome once again back at UNA. So, I mean, I'd be loving to see that one more time. But there is a part of me as well that, as much as I love watching Tay Fields, Malcolm Wilson play, I want to let these young guys get a chance too. Dad, where do you stand on it?
I'm a nostalgia guy. I'm old. I'm a nostalgia guy. I'd like to see him one more time. Yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I mean, I agree with your point about young guys, but they're exceptional players that have standout features, standout capabilities, and yeah, it'd be fun to see them come back one more round and see what happens.
One more time.
Is that a song?
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, one.
Well, it'll play on the outro. Actually, probably not because we'll get copyrighted for it, but that's going to do it for Acker Basketball. Thank you all for joining. We're really looking forward to Season 3 with you guys. Make sure you tune in every week. Follow us on Instagram and X at Acker @ so this one's AT instead of the @ symbol, because you can't use the @ symbol in a handle on one of those websites, and then B-ball instead of basketball. So once again, that's Acker @ B-ball. And make sure to say hello to your mother for you.